The Master Teacher program ties directly into the learner success agenda, which is the beauty of it, I think. One of the components being instructional innovation, and this certainly exemplifies instructional innovation. Faculty taking risks, experimenting in their classrooms, and or studying a teaching technique really in depth. So addressing the learner success agenda, instructional innovation, this is it. I think this is really, I don't know how you could get more emblematic than this.
My project was designed around the idea of developing reading questions for my Intro to Philosophy class. And the goal is threefold: to get them to read, to get them to read the assigned text, to get them to start reflecting on certain themes and certain ideas in the text, and then finally to better enable them to participate in class discussions.
I'm Dr. Natalia Turhovsky. I've been at Kirkwood for almost 3 years now, and my project was about the flipped classroom, and what I wanted to see was what students' perception was versus what the teachers were thinking about the method. I found it kind of ironic that for a very student-centric technique or method, the research was very professor-centric, so I went out and started asking students what their perception was of the flipped classroom, and it was really interesting to find out what they thought. So I'm looking forward to doing more research on this. I'm thinking it's going to be a long-term project.
First couple of years I spent time meeting with the third year faculty and going through their portfolios. And the portfolio is actually a part of our quality faculty plan process. So I would go through the portfolios, and oftentimes there was kind of a disconnect from the first year where there were really many artifacts, lots of reflection, and then the second and third year, which was maybe a minor updating or a little inclusion of a new assignment or a shift in a philosophy. But there's very little, lots of data in the first year, very little in the second. Well, at that time we just had a one-year orientation. When I worked with K-CELT and with institutional effectiveness, I just really felt that if we could extend that, build the cohort, help the team work together for a period of time under senior faculty leadership, having them as mentors, working through that program, that we would not only be building better faculty, better trained faculty, better engaged faculty, but we would also have a strong cohort of people who work together from across disciplinary. This program provides them that opportunity on a regular basis for their first 3 years of employment. And we know just even within those years, lots of change happens. So you know that if you have a good cohort and you're blending it with other cohorts, that continues to build across the whole institution.
My project really is looking at student feedback on those questions. So I just was up front with him at the end. I said, here were my goals. I wanted you to read, I wanted you to think as you read, and I wanted you to engage in discussion in the classroom. Do you think the reading questions achieve those purposes? So I asked about 5 quantitative questions along those lines, and the results were overwhelmingly positive. The vast majority, over 90%, believed that it did in fact, these questions did in fact lead them to engage much more easily with the text and with our class discussions.
I can take this and right away put it into my classroom and start making changes in terms of how I talk to my students about what I'm doing, whether I bring up the techniques that I use or not, just so that they feel more comfortable with what it is that's going on in the classroom.
Well, my hopes for the event was for faculty to really enjoy showcasing their projects, talking to different people about their passion, which is teaching, but also that autonomy to study what they want to study to become better teachers.
Well, my advice would be take one step at a time. There are lots and lots of pieces of the puzzle. Just do one thing at a time, focus on the next obstacle or the next goal, the next hurdle to clear. And in terms of projects like this, to really think of what you want to do in the classroom and then design your projects around what will actually be helpful. If you're going to need to be doing this as part of the Master Teacher program, it really is up to you to be able to come up with things that will be helpful in the long run for you.
My advice is just go for it. Kirkwood is so open to any kind of research you want to do and to trying anything new. So if you have an idea, go for it, try it out.